He's been doing the job on the pitch somewhere in London. Arsenal lost at home to West Ham, and so he's very, very happy. This morning, they lost that game 1-0. Bad result for Arsenal, good result for West Ham. Chelsea lost, Manchester United drew with Everton in the early kickoff. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here with the 18 to talk about the Premier League that happened this weekend and some games that happened in the La Liga. Good morning, Moso. How are you?
I have two songs to answer. As in they pain them, it they sweet us. And the second one is we are forever blowing bubbles. We take your dreams and make them. Arsenal's dream for this season is Kiyotago. Welcome to the shows, guys.
Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You know, when you haven't won in a long time, it feels like it has never happened before. So
I've conquered Europe.
we cannot.
I've conquered Europe. Check, go to the bank. I'll take that statement because no, John. I know you want to say this is not one in a long time.
It's very interesting.
When you ask Arsenal fans, they'll tell you we've won the invisible.
It's very interesting when you ask Western fans and they say we've conquered Europe.
We've conquered Europe.
The way they say it just lets you know that, bro, this guy is never going anywhere.
We've conquered Europe.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to another exciting show. Not so we explain tired today, but it's
that mean Arsenal fans get explain tired because they lost. I won.
Okay, after losing that game, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, the Premier League of the weekend. Let's talk about the Premier League. So let's dive into the Premier League. I'll give you the results of the Premier League and we'll talk about some of them. Remember, on Friday, Leicester lost to Brentford by 4-0. On Saturday, early kickoff is Everton 2, Manchester United 2. 4 p.m. Results, Bournemouth 0, Wolves 1. Wolves is probably going to survive this relegation battle. Winning that game against Bournemouth, it's a good result for them. Ipswich 1, Tottenham Hotspur 4. Southampton 0, Brighton 4. Arsenal 0, West Ham 1. Bad result for Arsenal. Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 2. The last game of the day on Saturday is Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 1. On Sunday is Newcastle 4, Nottingham Forest 3. Good game. 7 goals trailer in that game. Newcastle winning that one 4-3. Then the last one is Manchester City 0, Liverpool 2. Okay, let's talk about some of those. Let's start with the early kickoff. Everton and Manchester United. They conceded 2. Everton scored 2 goals in the first half, making 2-0. Then Manchester United came out to fight for their life to get a result. They get 1 point. Good free kick from Fernandes and Ugarte scoring the second goal to make it 2-2.
You know, we always complain about United waiting till they've taken 1 or 2 punches in the face before they turn green like the Incredible Hulk and then come back and fight for an equilibrium. But in this scenario, you have to give it to United because United nowadays are a mixed bag. You don't know which United you're going to get. Are you going to get the vintage Manchester United that know how to score for fun, know how to play good football? Are you going to get the worst Manchester United team in the history of the club according to a certain manager, Ruben Amorim? Okay, so, and in this scenario, I think it was the latter because if you have to wait till you concede 2 to fight back into a game, then you might as well not have turned up for the match. But I think United fans will be happy, though placated, with a draw because Bani 1 point is enough to save the blushes against Everton, but it's also enough to hide all the flurry of activities that could have gone wrong for the club in that encounter. It could have been a win for Everton, but it's fine.
Okay, so what do you think of that game? Amorim he's been talking about that game that they tried, but they didn't actually get all 3 points. But for Moyes has done well since he took over Everton.
Yeah, it was a shameful appearance in the first half. The first half was very terrible. I felt like this is not my United playing. Maybe they were feeling, and the substitution came good for him. I'll keep saying it. Your in-game tactics is something you always look out for. If you do what you did in training, it doesn't count. When you go to the field and you're seeing that everything you did in training is not working, they are shutting you down everywhere. Bro, you're on the sidelines, you're seeing it with your eyes. You make a couple of subs, you tell the players, give them new instructions. You get on the field, your in-game tactics, your in-game principle is what wins you game. At some point, people used to talk about Ferguson clock. Look at before that 90 minutes, there's a sub he has made. There's something he has told somebody before he looks at his time. There's something he has told somebody. There's a substitution he has brought in that will change the game either ways. And that's one thing I will always count for most of the best managers I've seen in recent years. Your in-game technique. Because I feel like that was what helped saved him last night. The first half didn't they. Man United didn't they in the first 45 minutes. In the second 45 minutes, they came out, they played a good football. The instruction they gave was kind of different. The setup was kind of different. They played ball in second half. They got the goal from Bruno Fernandes. First time he scored a free kick in a very long time. And Ugarte's goal, wonderful.
Ugarte's goal. So if you look at where Man U are on the table, they are somewhere still 15, still minus 7 goal difference. So because they have not changed anything, just 1 point, just 30 points on 15. I think that they are not going to play rotated except they win the FA Cup or the Europa League. Then
I think
probably
the
they
only
play
good thing about their result this weekend is that Westham keep putting more gap between them and United.
I think part of the thing that happened with Manchester United is to the Dogu. Dogu is one of the star players for him that he's been doing well. I think that probably if he start buying all his players in the summer, well, probably you might see the Manchester United Amorim has been talking since he came to United. But let's see if that will happen with
It's not
him.
going to be an easy work.
It's not going
Because
to be
you
an
have
easy
to
work.
get rid of some players first.
Look at Arsenal. Arsenal, in fact, there's no player that started with Arteta that is still at the club after 4 years. That's how it was. Somehow you have to let go of all those players. Even Pep Guardiola did so. I think he left a couple of players like Silva and De Bruyne. I think both of them, every other person in that team, he sold all of them in the second season. So let's see if Amorim will do the same. For Aston, they did the same thing for Ruben Amorim. Let's see if he's going to sell players or sell all the players and buy his own players and start performing from next season. But this season, I don't think they're going to get anything this season. But for Moyes has been building and he has done well since he took over Everton. So let's see if they start pumping money in that club, because the club said that they are going to start giving them money to spend.
Yeah, but King Group is giving them money, but
So,
we need to trust them.
PSR,
We need to trust statements like that.
even if you want to pump in 300 million into the club,
We need to trust statements
you
like
can't
that.
spend more than your intake in the past 3 years, which means you have a cap of 104 million.
Spend 100 million in the summer is still huge for Everton.
Let's spend 90 million in the summer. It's a very huge money.
But let's see what happens with Everton and Moyes in the summer. But for Manchester United, they drew that game 2-1 points for Amorim. Okay, let's move on to 4 p.m. Fixtures. First is Bournemouth. Wolves losing at home to Wolves. I think it was a surprise result for everybody.
For me, it was a good result in the sense that you have Bournemouth who could have, with a win, climbed into the top 4, and then Wolves were able to say thou shalt not pass in this scenario.
You just be happy saying they don't overtake. You just be happy saying they don't overtake you, because it doesn't.
And then you now have Wolves who are also in the relegation battle with these 3 points too. Massive shift from them and the bottom 3. So it's going to be an even steeper battle, escaping relegation this time around for Leicester and the likes that are in that relegation battle. So good win for
this
them.
one they switch John, because who they fought. They fought. We know the story, we don't need to paint and anyhow. They lost. But who they fought, they fought. And now John, they fought. So we understand this story. This English don't want to speak around it. But I also understand that with the red card incident, the game kind of changed for Bournemouth. Wolverhampton Wanderers, we know them. They will hit you on the break, score a couple of goals, and sit deep. They can sit deep in a way that all the 11 man can stand in front of the post. Like, they can, between the first stick to the last stick, you can see all their players lining up there to cover any space at all. And that's what Wolverhampton Wanderers have been playing like since I started seeing them under Nuno Espirito Santos and even under the current manager. They sit deep and they hit on the break. And I think it's good back to understand that this is your principle. Hit on the break, score 1 goal, close up the gap, and win your game. And good game for them.
Good result for Wolves. Wolves are probably trying to survive that relegation battle between them, Ipswich Town, Southampton, and who else is there?
Southampton is already
Leicester
City.
Ipswich Town, Leicester, and Wolves.
Yes.
All of them
Leave
are fighting.
Southampton is already in championship. They're just marking present in the Premier League. Like, this weekend, they just mark present, because look at the game last weekend.
Okay. Talking about Southampton, they lost at home to Brighton 4-0.
That's it. So
As
they
to be expected.
just came, they mark present. Southampton, when you're calling class for attendance, you just got him. Southampton present, man. Until the next one, we don't talk about
Southampton losing that game. If you look at Southampton, are rock bottom on the table. They have minus 42 goal difference. That means they are not even considered 42. They are considered, 61. 61 goals this season. They have scored 19 and considered 61 goals and have only 9 points on the table. That is terrible for a team like Southampton. But let's see, probably they go to championship and bounce back and probably come back to the Premier League and try again. It's try a lot they are doing there. Okay, Ipswich Town 4, Tottenham, Ipswich Town won. Tottenham winning that game 4-1. I think it's good result for
Good result
Spurs.
for them. Good result for the team. Now, Tottenham are starting to look like they can turn.
Ipswich, please. What are they looking like?
They are looking like their players are back from injury.
Yes.
They are looking like their player because if
Let's not forget that these guys had the better part of their first 11 out injured, and they've lost a number of games just with these guys out injured. So at least they
still considered a careless goal.
Still on
just because they scored a couple of goals, they scored more goals than they considered. Look at I'm just in the first half. I was in the first half of that game where Brandon Johnson came in, scored a couple 2 goals.
Yeah, it's
two goals. Son was with the assist, and Hutchinson came back, and I think at that point, Ipswich Town were trying to come back into the game and equalize in the first half, and they came out all fighting, all guns blazing, swinging swords in the second half, but they still considered 2 more goals, which made it 4-1 in the long run. Look at defenders scoring the goals. Look at their back line. Look at the midfield. Every player they missed in midfield is back. Every player they missed in attack is back. So every player in attack and midfield is back from injury. It's just the defense line that's not complete yet. And
Sri Lanka is not yet back.
You say?
Sri Lanka is still not back.
How many goals Sri Lanka get?
Baba, what are we saying? That's the guy that scores for them, man. Let's not go there.
Brandon Johnson has been scoring for them.
Brennan Johnson has been scoring, no doubt, but the main man is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is not yet back.
This guy has been scoring goals. James Madison, Kulusevski has been scoring goals. And this players, it's not about who scores the final. Who creates, even if Sri Lanka was back, who creates the chance? The midfield.
Baba, you said everybody in the attack is back, and Sri Lanka is not back. I'm just calling you to order, man. That's
everybody is back.
I think the most everybody is not yet back, because if we want to go there, we still have a couple of names that are still out. Romero is still out. Sri Lanka is still out. Timo Werner is still out. Richarlison and Dragusin are out. So they still have 5 players out. You can't come here and say that everybody is out.
I said defense is not back yet.
And then if you look at this game, look at the lineup. The most telling person back for the team is Vicario, because they would have conceded more goals in this encounter. Simple.
Okay, let's see what happens with Spurs. Spurs winning that game 4-1. Okay, let's move over to the London derby that happened. Arsenal losing at home to West Ham. The incident in that game is funny because Arsenal considered in the first half in that game. Then in the second half, Lewis Kelly was introduced to the team. Then he considered another record. He got his own match order for a tackle at the halfway line. But the issue there was where the goalkeeper was when Kudus actually intercepted that ball. But if you look at that game generally, Arsenal probably lost way in this one. They are going to win this league again.
Everything is possible. Everything is on the table. Everything is on the card. So I won't sit and bad Arsenal. They played against my team. We're good on the night. We're not better. We're good on the night. We had every runs. We had every tackles. We went for one. We won every tackle. We went for, except for those in midfield. We're good against. Party was just everywhere. You can't win the ball off passing.
Isn't it exciting that to talk about this game now on a night where you struggle to score 1 goal and you manage to defend like your life depends on it? You want to come in here and come and make it out to be something it's not. You want everything.
They were not defending.
You made your runs.
They were not. John.
You did your
If you have seen that game,
you got the goal.
John,
blah
if you have
blah
seen
blah.
that
Bro,
game,
come on, man.
If you have
It's
seen
a
that game,
bang-average performance from West Ham. Let's not come here and make it out to be something that is not.
You will know that I didn't sit deep to pack the box.
And so because of that, we should clap for you.
You clap for me. I beat Arsenal.
You play. Let me say 50 over 100, and you come out and say we played.
John,
bro, you did your job. Simple and short.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I did my job. Give them their flowers. They did
whatever performance, whatever.
They
please, bro. You struggle to win 3 points.
This is the first time.
You struggle to win. Simple.
How many matches Arsenal done this for Emirates Stadium?
Simple. Now you're talking about how many matches lost in Emirates. Now you're talking about how many matches lost.
And I went there and I won.
You're talking about how many matches lost in Emirates Stadium. You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
How many matches have been won in Emirates Stadium? I went there, I won. Give my boys their flowers.
They don't get any flower, man. They don't play nothing.
Give my boys their flowers.
West Ham don't play nothing. Simple and short.
If you have seen that game, I had a player come back from loan spell.
Baba, you can cry all you want to cry about who came back, who was not around, who did this, who went upside down or whatever.
He's been at Nottingham Forest on loan, came back, solid performance in midfield. This is what I'm telling you. When you have the players to play your midfield game, you'll be solid in midfield. Not really depend on your defenders to make the clearance, the goal line clearance. And you get the ball from midfield.
The most amusing thing about this encounter. The most amusing thing about this encounter, for all the talk about the deep dribbles, for all the talk about the challenges won, for everything, Baba na 5 you pack for back. So don't come in here and come and make it out to be, hey, we won Arsenal, give us our flag. Brother, you don't get any flag. You play 5 for back. You pack ball.
That is what they've been playing.
Simple and short. That's not what you've been playing, man.
The last
Simple
3
and
games,
short.
The last 3 games, John, let me tell you something you don't understand. The last 3 games we've played.
There's nothing I don't understand in this scenario.
5 at the back. The last 3 games, go check it out, and we've lost. The last 3 games against Aston Villa was 5 at the back. Against Chelsea was 5 at the back. Against the next team was 5 at the back, and we lost. And you play against Arsenal. Why wouldn't you? Against Chelsea, we scored the first goal. Against Chelsea, we scored the first goal. Jared Bowen. And we conceded. And we lost the game. Against Aston Villa, we lost. It was 5 at the back. Man United are playing 5 at the back, and they are conceding multiple goals every day. They are conceding at least 2+ goals. Other teams are playing 5 at the back, and they are conceding 2+ goals. Man City in the last game played 5 at the back. So let's not come here and say because we played 5 at the back against Arsenal, we shouldn't be giving credit for winning the game. We won the game. We're on to the next one. Bring the next opponent, bring Man City now. I am definitely sure.
Pride go ahead before you fall. Now the top with that.
But
before you go now, you go and meet the Brighton. Brighton will catch you guys one corner and give you guys down that X. Simple and short. Let's not make it out to be a trophy. This is not a silverware for crying out loud. You met an opponent who is better than you at an ill-opportune time, and you walked away with one goal in a game and 3 points that you have to suffer with your life to get. Simple and short. Don't make it out to be more than what it is.
Declan's first Premier League goal was against Arsenal. That game we won.
He's not your player.
Calm down. Declan's first Premier League goal.
Talk about your player.
His first ever Premier League goal.
Before, no be property, bro.
His first ever Premier League goal was against Arsenal, and we won. In this game, he had a stellar performance in this game. The last game we played against Arsenal, he had 2 assists. John, calm down. The last game we played against Arsenal, Declan had a performance. He had about 2 assists in that game. In this game, he had clear goal. He had goal scoring opportunities that was blocked by Jared Bowen. So I won't come back and say we won, because if it's Man City that won, I say we won, moving on to the next one, or you lost. I'm not going to tell you I won, moving on to the next one. I won the game. I put up the performance. I put up the fight.
You don't put nothing, Baba.
I put up the fight. I got the result.
You don't put nothing.
I put up the fight. I got the result.
You put up nothing, bro.
That game under 1 goal for Arsenal. I think the title is going to be probably gone for them. I don't think they are going to win this title after going at least 11 points now. Even though Liverpool has played 1 game more than them, this is exactly 11 points clear of Arsenal. So for Arsenal to even have a chance to win, they have to beat Liverpool whenever the both of them meet, take 3 points away from them, and hope that at some point that Liverpool will drop points before the end of the season. But Arsenal need to start winning games if they are going to challenge for that title. But let's see what Arsenal is going to be doing till the end of the season. That incident we are talking about was in 73rd minute when Luis Kelly got a red card. That tackle that he made, it was a careless tackle somewhere at the middle, but Raya was almost out of his 18-yard box. So the referee had to go to VAR and check it, and came back and gave him a red card. This is the 2nd red card he's receiving. He started this.
This is the 5th red card in Arsenal.
This is the 5th.
I think it's more than 5. Because if you remember, for the other guy that was kicking the ball, they got a couple of red cards.
2 out of 5 this season. Already. 5 this season. 5 already this season for Arsenal. So I don't know if it's a disciplinary issue.
Which is more than any other Premier League team.
They should have had to fix it. But in this game, Luis Kelly was given his own matching order, and that's how it ended. Okay, moving on to the next game in the Premier League. Before we move on to the Chelsea played, but for Chelsea, Fulham losing at home to Crystal Palace 2-0. Crystal Palace went to Fulham to score 2 goals. And again, if you look at Fulham are somewhere good at the table, but Crystal Palace getting that win. Good result for Crystal Palace.
Good result for them.
Well, if you've seen that game, we said it on the show, and John was about Fulham is definitely going to get a win. He has a couple of players. Interestingly, I told you this, and it's not. I look at players, I look at performance per game. Performance per game is, in the last 5 games, what has Fulham done? In the last 5 games, what has Crystal Palace done? And who wants this game the most? Crystal Palace, even as we want to minus Crystal Palace from the European title, European place contenders because they're still opening for top 6. They're still opening for top 6. If you look at the table, they're still opening for top 6. Look at where they are, 13th on the table. There's 3 points. Look at who's on 6th.
What's the point difference, man?
Look at who's on 6th.
So what are we? Why are we even having the conversation?
Like I said,
man?
everybody.
Why are we having the conversation?
Okay, now look, you just mentioned 10. Now look at who's in 9th position. We talked about.
Why are we having this
We
conversation?
talked about 9th position being in challenge for the top 4. It's still about 10 points. You get, so anybody can challenge for anything.
Bro, if you like, you can explain that anybody can challenge for anything. You can say you can scream it from the top of Mount Zamunda. It does not change the scenario. It doesn't change the scenario. It's okay when we're having this conversation relative to the top 4. When you look at from 2nd position or 3rd position, as God would like to say, down to the 8th position, and we have this conversation. But bro, for crying out loud, man, leave these guys out of the conversation when we're talking about finishing in the top 6.
Top 4.
Top 6 is off limits, man.
And top 6 is not off limits.
Top 6 is off limits. Crystal Palace is 10 points away from the person there. For you to close that gap, you need to lose. You need to win all your game. And you now start dipping a chaplet in water that the rest should lose. It's not.
You remember when John used to say, "We'll go on a run, winning run, master and win the trouble, win 5 in a row." Now, why is it not possible for Crystal Palace? Because it's Palace. And
what are we saying, man?
Okay, they are full and losing that game at home. Good result for Crystal Palace. But the last game on Saturday is Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 1. Chelsea scored in the first goal of that game. Chelsea scoring that first game. Enzo Fernandez scoring the first goal, but Rashford was introduced in the second half. It literally changed that game, and Asensio scored 2, even though that it was a goalkeeper blunder for the second goal. But Aston Villa winning Chelsea 2 goals. So Maresca is in trouble. Chelsea fans are falling for his head. Probably on social media, I don't know about their real fans, but on social media they are calling for Maresca, saying that he doesn't know what he's doing there. But good result for Aston Villa because they needed other 3 points for them to challenge for that top 4.
What you say is Marco Rashford.
Rashford did well. He got 2 assists. He got 2 assists.
Man fans now, they know that was your word.
2 assists. Come on, man. Come on.
2 assists. And the second one was just spot on. The cross, the nod, everything was the connection between he and I think there's this instant connection between Marcos and Asensio. Because look at their game in the Champions League the other night. Look at the game they played together this season. Their connection has just been spot on. Because I just feel like, how can these 2 players go on and you big names? Because at the moment they are the biggest players in the Aston Villa side. You get, except for the Champions League finalists, the Malen and the what's called every other person in that side, and the Europa League winner, Victor Pau Torres in defense. Every other person in that side are big names. Then Martinez in goal post, and that these are the 3 big names I know in that team. The winners who've won something before: Martinez, Marcus Rashford, Asensio. You get, and going forward in this game, I felt like they had an instant connection. Anytime Marcus has the ball, there's a run Asensio is making that definitely, if Marcus Rashford releases the ball, it's going to either Asensio will get an assist or get a goal.
Funny how you're not even calling Tielemans in that conversation. But moving on.
Tielemans did well in that conversation. Okay, if you look at this game in general for Maresca is now a big problem because if you look at the table where they are,
Maresca is not in any problem.
Now they are 7.
Please, let's not come and say Maresca is in big problem. Maresca is not in any big problem. And for Chelsea fans that want to go and hawk transformer, he's somewhere near you, please. This is what the man was brought in to do. Bro, come in, stabilize this ship this season. Next season, get us top 4. 3rd season, challenge for title. And Baba is ahead of his curve, man. This is just his first season. He's in the top 4 shout. He's still in the battle. No matter how Chelsea fans are crying that they want to compete against Liverpool for the Premier League title. Baba, that one you have no reach. Leave and this is next year. Come back again and try again. But for his pathway at Chelsea, he is ahead of schedule. And it's a good thing. Let's not forget, if you put things in perspective, that this is the same Chelsea side that had a terrible season last year. This is the same Chelsea side that since he's coming have played better football than they did under Pochettino. Let's call it what it is, man. Let's call it what it is. And so for everybody out there, especially Chelsea fans who are like, bring him out, put things in a deal, sack him, doing this one. Bro, you don't know what you have till you lose it. Go and ask Man U fans right now.
From third Nottingham Forest to where Chelsea are, it's just probably 4 points. So for because of Nottingham Forest lost on Sunday, which we are going to talk about. So I think that top four battle is going to be till the end of the season.
It's still on,
it's still
man.
on. So
You
but
can't
let's
write
see.
them out of it.
Let's see, but I think good result for Emery. If you look at that 3 points made them just 1 point behind Chelsea. So they are now in that conversion 2 of that top 3. Actually, now it's top 3, not top 4, because probably Arsenal and Liverpool might go.
I know that's what you said yesterday, but take it. He that think that is standing should take it. Less than 4. Arsenal, you are vulnerable right now. You are second though, but and shall just they look your back.
Okay, before we go to on Sunday game on YouTube, we go on YouTube and read some of the comments on our YouTube. But generally, if you look at Chelsea has actually they did well in that game. It was like basically a 50-50 game, but Aston Villa was just more clinical, and since you're scoring that 2 goals to win that game against Chelsea, 2 goals to 1, so Maresca needs to go back again to start planning.
The drawing board.
The thing is, the lineup is select. I keep saying it.
James plays as a defensive.
Mine is not even the lineup, man. It's the setup. That's the thing, the formation.
You know, and see, I said this before. He played a 3-man defense. James and 2 other Chalobah and the other guy in Cohen in defense, and Gusto was in
as a wing back.
As a wing back,
yeah,
Gusto
James better move to him.
Now, look at it now. When you start that kind of game, the instruction is one person has to leave. I was thinking, okay, Gusto will go forward, Kupama will drop into midfield, the other guy will drop. Like something will just happen, and it will be a fluid formation. But we didn't see the fluidity in the team. And then he had to force a sub. Because he forced a sub, and I think he brought in a Tosi, and somebody went to midfield.
Yeah, Chalobah got injured, so he needed to bring just move to the
midfield, and he came back to the back 4. And you know, we've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'll continue to sing it. You get players say Marcus Rashford gets their this thing for hand. You get the Ben White, you get them. You can make Ben White go to bed anytime in the night in the field. Gusto, you get them. If this guy was in that position, I'm sure Marcus will not get one of those crosses in. Probably might have ended in a draw. But Gusto is not a player to come and say, oh, go and hold on to Marcus Rashford and get him to do this. He won't.
For me, the most annoying thing in that encounter is why of all times against any team would you change your formation for Aston Villa? Like, what are we? This is the same Chelsea side as won with the previous formation against a couple of other sides in the top 6. So why was the shift necessary? And then secondly, why do you keep making unnecessary tinkering with the squad? You have a well-running system. Maintain status quo. Simple and short.
Okay, let's see what Chelsea is going to do. If Chelsea and their fans is going to qualify for top 4. Okay, before we move on to the Sunday games, let's go to our YouTube. We have a whole lot of comments happening on our YouTube, and John is going to read some of them for us. Paul Rogers, I can see you. Welcome back. It's been a while. Where have you been, Paul Rogers? The Liverpool guy.
Welcome back.
They don't come back. After a couple of draws, they kept quiet. Now they are back.
Same thing with creative shots too.
Yeah, so Paul Rogers, welcome to the show. Okay, John, some of the comments on our YouTube.
Yeah, Anagletis will be number 1 saying, I know non-so voice go loud.
My voice not feel loud. I still the same voice, man. It's still the same voice.
And then Anagletis is saying, John, how far? It clear for your eye. We won City, but the pain went straight to the Emirates Stadium. Anagletis is saying, John, they don't trash us yesterday, but regardless, we move. I go want make Igwe Chelsea na Stamford Bridge, aka Emery Diner there, to say something about the Aston Villa match.
Okay, cool.
And then, of course, Slimsy is saying, I'm not really happy with Chelsea's result. They should have used the opportunity to climb to the 4th position. Arsenal lost and City lost too. Okay, then Paul Rogers is saying Liverpool smoking the Premier League. And Anacletus is saying a certain team was second in the table, said they are not title contenders, and dropped to 4th. They said they are not in top 4 mix. Now they are 7th. Please let them say that they are not in the top 10 mix.
Talking about Chelsea.
Yes, talking about Chelsea. Then Paul Rogers, of course, I think you're happy with Salah's performance. Say, hail the Egyptian king, Mo Salah. And then Anacletus is saying Lewis Kelly was too indecisive with the ball, leading to that careless tackle. And John, give Westham their flowers. Had Lewis Kelly not committed that foul, now 2-0. Valid points all around. And then, John, why you know win Liverpool? And Cletus is saying that Paul Rogers is saying Declan Rice cost 100 million. Arsenal serial butlers. Okay, Arsenal are serial butlers. Okay. He's only saying Liverpool lost one all season. The league is done. Okay. Slimzy is saying, John, give West Ham their flower. Oh, they fought for the win. I sure happy that Arsenal lost. They are good on cutting tickets. Yeah, and then Cletus is saying, Man, you are scared of 20 title busts. Arsenal are scared of Henry's record. Blues are scared of Hazard and Mo. And then Liverpool are scared of Mo breaking his own record of 32 goals a season and creating more for himself. Okay, Paul Rogers is saying, forget about Chelsea, just talk about Liverpool. The rest are irrelevant. Of course, well said.
Everything that lost are irrelevant now, except for Liverpool, and Man U.
Then Chigozie is saying, and John don't start again. No morning, guys. For someone that has Mamouche and Haaland and he's still losing games and he's still yabbing us now, that has a depleted but lost 1-0. John, be humble. Okay. And Cletus is also saying we are ending the season with not less than 15 points ahead. Maybe in match day 32nd or 33rd for sure. We don't have anyone contending. They have all given up in January. Netflix FC should just wait for 2045.
Okay, let's continue with the Sunday game. After the Sunday game, we'll come back and read all the other comments on our YouTube. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sport, and I can see Elijah Richardson. Welcome to the show. I think this is the first time I'm seeing your comment. Welcome to the show. We do this every day, 8 a.m. sharp. We are live here on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Okay, let's move on to the Sunday game in the Premier League quickly, guys. The two Sunday games are fantastic. First, let's start with the Nottingham Forest game. Nottingham Forest and Newcastle. Newcastle scored first, but Newcastle scored 4. Then
Rapid shots.
Then Nottingham Forest came back to score 2 more, making it 4 goals to 3. Good game, 7 goals in one game.
Good game, good thriller. Newcastle getting the valid 3 points as always, moving up the table and that. And for me, it shows what you get when you have a team that is balanced and you have a marksman in form up front. Simple. It shows that as well. So, Nottingham Forest are going to feel hard done by that they were not able to pull up the 3 points or even secure 1 point in this encounter. But, somebody said something yesterday and I really vibe with it. He says that when you play a season, you know where you need to top up your squad. And I feel, what's his name now? Nuno should have a better idea now of where he feels he needs to strengthen come summer.
Isak scored his 50th goal in the Premier League. Good striker. I think that he's going to, if anybody needs to buy him, they need to pay over.
He has the 150 million clause.
You have to play at least over 150 million for you to buy him from Newcastle. But let's see what happens. Okay, let's move on to the big game. It's Manchester City and Liverpool. Manchester City losing that game 2 goals. 2 goals in the first half. Salah scoring the first goal. If you look at that first goal, it was like the corner kick was like they took it from the training ground to the pitch and it was executed. Fantastic goal for the first goal. Then Szoboszlai scoring the second goal in the first. Now Salah has 25 goals in the Premier League and 15 assists. That 40 goals contribution in this Premier League. Phenomenal player, fantastic player. And Liverpool have not even offered him a new contract. But in this particular game, truthfully, Pep Guardiola played well. Even Pep said it after the game that he could recognize his team. I watched that game and I knew that this is City. City are back. It's though that they didn't actually create. They created more chances, had more shots on goal, had more shots. For example, they had a total of 16 shots, had 5 on target, had 67 ball possession. But Liverpool had only 8 and 4, scored 2 from that 4, which is clinically. It's 50% of your whole conversion rate in your shot on target, which is very good. But good game, good result for Liverpool. 11 points clear of Arsenal.
Wow, good result all around for Liverpool. No doubt, you can't really question their performance in that game. I think for me as a citizen, I'm happy with the performance more or less. 3 points lost, no problem. I'm happy with the performance because if we go back the better part of the last 2 months, the conversation has always been City not being able to close out games, City conceding games, City not having the legs to run, not having the players to challenge, not having young players, fit players, and all of that. And for once, after having, we've had games where we've won by the scuff of our neck. We've had game where we've dominated 4-0 to win, like against Newcastle. We have had a couple of other games. I'm just happy that some of that performance is coming back. And then if you take a look at the rearview mirror, he's still 10 titles in the last decade.
Okay, that's what do you think about that
You know,
game?
when John ends with the title they've won, I look at teams that have won 20, 30 trophies. I'm like, bro, you just in the last 10 years. We're only focusing in the last 10 years. Some teams have done it in the last 100 years. Some teams have done the one that nobody has done, the invisible.
Yeah.
And we're not really in the last 20 years. Some teams have done better. So let's leave the trophy. What happened in this game? Because to end the debate now is what you want to end the debate about. Did you play well? If Kevin is in the team, there's a different standard to how they play.
Kevin cannot always be in the team.
Now, if he's
And
not,
Kevin
look,
may be
John,
leaving at the end of the summer. You can't keep crying over spilled milk.
John, you've been
And
talking
that's
here,
just the
and I kept
reality.
quiet, and I'm
That's
looking
the
at
reality.
you.
Kevin
You kept
cannot
quiet,
start,
and I
and
was
Kevin
looking at
can
you,
always
and
be in
you
the
kept
team.
speaking all the grammar.
Simple and short.
All the grammar you want to speak, and at the end of the day, what you capped it up with was in the rear mirror, the trophies you've won. I agree. I'm not debating with you about the trophies you've won.
I'm not even debating with you on that. Just
I'm
go
not
look
debating
up
with you on the trophies
the
you've won.
stats among
I
the
look
top four.
I look at the game as it was played yesterday and the game as it was played in the past 4 games. I tell you, as a tactical analyst, you look at game per game. In the end of the season, you not do a plus and minuses. In the end of the season, I'll not talk about, okay, fine, we didn't win anything this year, but in the last 10 years, we've won all the things we need to win.
Regardless, I couldn't care less, man.
At the end of this game, what happened? Liverpool held their ground. They stopped a couple of chances creation, and the performance of Man City was up because of the players they had on their side. Though they were old, yes, we agree, their age is no longer on their side. They're on their way out, we agree. But if these players are not starting for you, the team is not performing. The chances he created in that, you see, I'll keep saying it, aside from Ika Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne, I've not seen any other person create as much chances per game in the midfield, in Man City setup. Aside from Ika Gundogan and take it to the bank, and Kevin De Bruyne, the chances creation is from these two players. They're as brilliant as it gets. And yet, even if you say, okay, fine, they need to go, let the young ones come in, the young ones still don't create half of the chances they create. You can go a game and create 10 chances a game and make sure the person that is getting the assist get at least 2 assists per game. Kevin De Bruyne can create at least 15 chances a game or 10 chances a game and still get 2 assists and 1 goal for himself. Yet the young players will say, let these people go, let them, because now wait till they talk. Now when players don't go, we say they are no longer used for the team. Let them get out. Let the young players play. The young players are playing and they are not getting the numbers. So what it means is you have to go back and look for the big old players and bring them. Just put the young players at their back to run the run. You get, if you get the ball, just give it to them. They know what to do with it. That's what happened. Look at the pass to Mamouche. Though it was offside, but look at the clear-cut pass. You see that this is what intelligence is on the pitch.
Okay, let's see what that game ended 2-0 in favor of Liverpool. Liverpool are 11 points clear of Arsenal, so Arsenal have a whole lot of work to do if they are going to win that title. But for Liverpool, they are on course to win this Premier League title. I think second Premier League title since the Premier League title came to be. But if you look at that game, it was a good game for Liverpool. Liverpool were relaxed and waiting for the mistakes from City, and City made 2 mistakes and they scored 2 goals and they just sat back. Even though one of their goals was ruled out, both teams had goals ruled out for offside. So let's see what happens with Liverpool. But for Liverpool, I think they are going to win this league. Okay, before we read comments again on our YouTube, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM. So I'll give you the table first. The highest goal scorer in the Premier League is Mo Salah. Mo Salah has 25 goals and Isak has 19 now. Isak scoring that goal against for Newcastle, making has 19 goals. Haaland has 19 goals. That is the 3 top scorers in the Premier League. For the table, Liverpool stay first after playing 27 games with 64 points. Arsenal is second with 26 games with 53 points. That means they have 11 points clear of Arsenal. For third, that is where the interesting part of the table is. From third is Nottingham Forest 47, Manchester City is fourth 44. Newcastle has fifth with 44 points. Bournemouth has 43 points. Seventh is Chelsea with 43 points. Aston Villa is 8th with 42 points. Brighton is 9th with 40 points. And the top 10, Fulham has 39 points. For the relegation battle, if you want to know, Manchester United are 15th. They have 30 points. For the relegation battle, Wolves is 17th with 22 points. Ipswich Town is 18th with 17 points. Leicester is has 17 points. Then Southampton are rock bottom with 9 points. Both of maybe 3 of them is probably going to go back on relegation. But this top 4 battle from second, from third actually, which is 47 points, till 10th is just about 10 points difference. So let's see who is going to make that top 4 this season. Okay, some of the before we take calls again, let's read maybe a few more comments on our YouTube. Kensil Ezekiel, I think this is the first time I'm seeing your comment. Welcome to the show. Okay, John, a few more comments on our YouTube before we start taking phone calls.
Yeah, we are back and then we are looking at comments from direct letters. Let me just pull it up.
Okay, but let's see if Chelsea is going to make top 4. And I have a whole lot of comments here on our YouTube. For example, Chigozie, welcome to the show. Chigozie is ranting here.
Chizoba.
Even Chizoba too. I think if we should go to our YouTube at Vote FM Sports. He said, for example, Chigozie is saying, John, now the same Fulham way you dey talk say go win against Crystal Palace be this. Why are you changing your statement now? The reverse is the case.
How?
For now, City will still drop down. Take note. Okay. Let's see.
Now you go put them down.
Let's see. I think Ezekiel, I think this is the first time you are commenting. I don't want Chelsea to enter top 4 this season because Maresca don't have the technical know-how to compete with big teams. He will just go and disgrace Chelsea in the Champions League. Okay, before we read more comments on our YouTube, let's take phone calls. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us your own contribution about this weekend games. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Good morning.
Ike from Super.
Okay, Ike, what is your contribution?
The first I will concur with Alonso.
Okay.
So why not give Alonso his flower?
Which flower?
Now.
Which flower?
Why you don't play the first team to win Liverpool? So flower is
Baba, how far your match? How far your match
You tell me
first?
give me my flower
How far
first.
your match first? How far your match?
In a wine, give
How
me
far
my
your
flowers.
match, man? Don't come here and ask me about
John, they say
Westham.
who win, give them the flowers. If you win, give them a flower.
Give
Yes.
Aston Villa their flowers.
I was very happy that day. Yes, I am buying a jet
Mm.
You see, the thing what happened to Chelsea, this is not just of Tobo, is the one that they do it for himself. And you have seen it. The person will not have it on club because of their money come to destroy Chelsea. So let us see what will happen. But the man, I'm very, very shameful to him.
Okay.
You see, expect I will look at Olise. You will listen to buy any player we see, buy any player we see, buy. Huh? Look at what active like this in Safa. You know that they are lacking need Rashford. Go back to Rashford. Go Sancho. They look for Sancho. If you go buy Sancho. You know have a striker. Don't short this man. The last call I said it all. But I want them to qualify.
Okay.
So you go there, and people will see how you perform.
All right.
But that coach, not some today Chelsea coach.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Thank you very much.
Everybody see his loan. Maybe Chelsea can have every player. Not all the players. When they struggle now.
All right. Thank you very much.
Give Aston Villa their flowers.
I told you to give Westham their flowers. They won.
Okay. Aston Villa win against Chelsea. Chelsea fans are mad about that result. They don't have a choice because Chelsea, I don't know, they're like a rich kid. Like
Yes.
They're like somebody that was poor. Suddenly they saw wealth.
Yes.
Now they are struggling with money, so they want to go back to their former glory. But it's
You will say the
possible.
same thing for Man City too.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. God willing.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Laugh, please. Laughter is free.
All right, Bishop. What is your
Bishop,
contribution?
good morning.
Let me good morning, my brother. Let me start from congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you have to do it because you were unexpected. You are the upset and unexpected of the weekend. To be honest with you, not always joking. I'll call it a joke. I'm going to call Grand Potter and I'm going to prove a point. In the London derby, all this thing was not the same. We all know he thought it was a joke, including me.
It was not a joke. I spoke to him. I spoke to Potter. I spoke to Potter. Don't know what to do.
I think that if, according to John, I use the word if. Yeah, we're expecting Arsenal to beat Westham. Then City will now beat Liverpool with a game in hand. Then the league will now be up again. But I really knew that Westham is going to beat Arsenal. For me, it was an upset, to be honest. And I think Arsenal messed up. It's over. Nobody can put them again in the league competition. It's all over for them.
Okay.
Then as for City, before I dropped the call, I expected it. But to be honest, they were not horrible. Yes.
And they actually played well.
The City were not horrible against Liverpool. I thought they missed Haaland. They lacked somewhere that would score for them. If City has won that game only in East, Doku could have been the man of the match.
Yeah,
definitely.
no doubt.
Doku was everywhere.
Doku played the best of the game, to be honest. For just that, the last one that we put the ball at the back of the net, and Liverpool was more dangerous than them, to be honest. Liverpool were dangerous, and the attack, and Salah was mesmerizing their defense. If you look at the 2 goals they scored, come on, they caused confusion in the defense, to be honest. But this is in the case of City for this season. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Talking about the second goal, Dominic was offside. But when he saw that Salah was running for the ball, he had to leave the position and allow Salah run into it. And if he had taken that ball, it would have been an offside.
True. Okay, let's take more calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Godwin. Good morning, also. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
This is Engineer Additional from Transit.
Okay, what is your contribution?
And also,
Good morning,
we
engineer.
have come from our home, struggling in a narrow way with a 1-0.
Thank you.
You are expecting a very big flower from hand. Wish I come to your home, beat you 4-1.
I give you flower that time now. I give you flower. I give my flower back.
What is there is no congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
A man will go to Lion home and survive. You need to greet him.
Thank you. Thank God you understand.
You know, I always tell you people something. Anytime I see styling on the feed, I'm not comfortable with that player. I'm telling you, that guy is not a player. That guy has everything want to play for Liverpool and Man City.
Yeah.
Going to Chelsea, come to us now. I know that I thought I just use a love we have for him to let him come to not be a disgrace to the Chelsea. But I know, you see, let us say the reality. No one partner play football. I know what the football is. The game is over. Liverpool already take the day.
Yes. Yeah, hello.
He can't pursue that 11 points and meet Liverpool. It's not possible.
So,
if you remember the other 3 seasons ago, it's just only 1 point.
between City and Arsenal.
Between Man City, before Man City take the league.
Yeah.
Other 4 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago. And this is how that game is. If we give a gap, we will give a gap. You see, the injury is affecting us now. Nothing we can do about it. But only my problem now is Champions League. The Premier League is over. We don't need to bet you something. It's over.
All right, thank you.
And you understand?
Yeah.
But there I see, if I wishing person bad luck, wait till them go and play. Can you even compare them with the former coach? The answer is lie. They can't play without us. I know that they must beat them. And that's how the match shut up. They can't talk anything again.
Thank you very much.
Don't worry, John.
Don't worry, John.
I don't feel worried.
But wait, have you guys
I
noticed?
don't feel
Have you guys
worried,
noticed that
man.
all weekend has been quiet?
Everywhere is quiet.
Like everywhere, everybody
lost.
lose. So everybody just stay humble. Everybody stay humble.
Everybody lost.
So
Even
Arsenal collect, Chelsea collect. Man U after Man U was losing. I think when Man U was losing, the noise was up. Everybody was making noise. As they played draw, Man U fans kept quiet and started waiting for Chelsea. When Chelsea lost, they went inside. So nobody had to come outside to banter each other again.
Only Westham came outside.
I am not
They no reach 1%, so we don't know say noise.
I am not the only one. We had a meeting
A fictional meeting.
a Zoom meeting in anywhere, and
okay, finally on our YouTube channel, before we close the show, finally on our YouTube channel, I read some of just 1 or 2 comments before we end the show. Okay, Paul Rogers, thank you for joining us today. He said, it's back to Liverpool next season. Nunes should get sold. Okay, next should go. But finally, he's saying Liverpool, after the Newcastle game on Wednesday, will have played 5 games in 15 days, which is actually too much. But they are surviving, they are winning their games. But hopefully Liverpool wins the league. I think they deserve it.
they should not complain.
Yeah, I think they deserve it. They deserve this league this season because the way they have played throughout this season, they have played well in the Champions League, played well in the league. They have only lost one game at home to Nottingham Forest. Imagine if they probably got a point from that. They have probably been unbeaten for
Unbeaten,
now.
but they've lost 3 times after that, so
Yeah,
not
but
really
They've lost
unbeaten.
just one Premier League game.
We are
just one
talking about
Premier League
Premier League, but they played other competitions.
No, we're talking about the Invisible.
Invisible is
Premier League game.
Arsenal lost about the Carabao Cup, lost
everything.
Champions League. No, only Premier League. So we're talking about Premier League. They lost only one game in the Premier League.
But let's see what Liverpool. So far, let's see what
Yes.
Liverpool is going to be doing. If they are going to challenge and win this, they still stay first in the Premier League table with 11 points. So hopefully they do well and win it. I think they deserve it. Scott have done well in this league. They deserve this league. If they continue with this pace they are going, they're probably going to win the league. Okay, thank you for joining us today's show. Tomorrow we'll come back and talk about more games. Remember, the Premier League is still happening this midweek. I have games on Tuesdays, I have games on Wednesdays. So tomorrow we'll talk about some of those games that we have on Wednesday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Like tomorrow we have a Brighton, Aston Villa is playing tomorrow. Chelsea is playing tomorrow too, so it's going to be a whole lot of games. Come back here and talk about those games tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. My name is Godwin and have a beautiful week.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. And enjoy the show.
Sports. Now Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a goal! Entertainment.
News
And politics.
Enugu State Governor has sent us the
Gospel.
and let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
Odenibo.
Daalụnụ ndị be anyị ekene m unu Igbo ndị ọma njem ọnụ unu a na-emekwa ọfụma.
Awesome programs exclusively on
Volt 104.3 FM.